I'm Nico Halili and welcome to The Score. It's a beautiful time of the year as volleyball season is about to begin. Today, we talk about what's new for season 82 of UAAP Volleyball. Then we discuss the all-decade first six in men's volleyball, and we end with what's going to be exciting for Pruride PH 2020. But first, let's know more about tennis phenom Alex Eala's historic win as the first Filipina to win a juniors Grand Slam title in the recent Australian Open.
Kapamilya, congratulations sa ating Australian Open Juniors Tennis Champion, Alex Eala. Okay, so it's been, what, more than 24 hours na? And we're still in shock pa, so... How has it been since you won?
It's still unbelievable, you know, the amount of love and support I've been getting from the Filipinos and, you know, all the fans. It's really amazing, and, you know, I'm glad that I got to contribute to, you know, not just Philippine tennis, but the Philippine sports in general. And, you know, I hope that my win can somewhat inspire at least a little the, like, other young athletes.
Yeah, well, you're still young.
Yeah.
How was it since you won? Like, can you tell us like what happened after you won? You had the awarding, and then what did you do?
Yeah. Well, right after the awarding, there were a bunch of interviews and things, and then, you know, we showered and then we went to the restaurant and then we ate. Yeah, but we celebrated and it was a really nice night.
I heard you also watched the women's final.
Yes, I did. Oh, it was a great experience to see them up close in person, and you know, it gives you motivation to want to be there.
So with this win, how inspired are you for your future career, which is now happening?
Well, this is obviously a big win, being one of the Grand Slams, and you know, I just want to, you know, go back and train more and work harder, and you know, from even when you win or lose, there's something to take home, something to learn, and there are definitely a lot of lessons learned this week.
So how was the whole experience? Like playing, I know that Australian Open is called like one of the best, diba, Grand Slams. How was it?
It's really amazing, you know, the treatment and, you know, the facilities. It's very professional, and it's a very high-end tournament, obviously, and you know, I don't think you can get that experience anywhere else.
Yeah. You didn't expect to win the doubles, you were
no.
Why?
Actually, I don't know. Me and my partner Priska, we won a lot of tournaments when we were younger, in the 14 and under. And this is the first time we've partnered up again in like 3 years. So
in 3 years?
Yeah,
and when you were young.
Yeah, so we haven't partnered up since then. And you know, it's a pleasant surprise to, you know, for us to still have the connection and the energy, and you know, during the match especially, we make sure that we pump each other up.
You were so psyched. I could see every shot. There was a grunt. I mean, how fun was it to play in that final? I mean, you didn't get nervous when you were like super leading now.
Yeah, I think the final we played really well. The performance was really good, but I think the semifinals was really, you're never going to forget that, because we saved two match points in the second set, and we were down 7-1 in the tiebreak.
But you're gonna have a goal now for this year, where in the women's division, you just want to get points.
Yeah,
right?
Well, I want to try a few tournaments and then we'll see how they go.
So you're going back to Barcelona, to Mallorca on Tuesday, and then you're gonna be there for a while, train or what? What's your
I'm staying here for a few days, maybe 2 or 3, and then I go back, and then, you know, training until the next tournament. Yeah. So back to Mallorca.
Alex, congratulations, and look forward to seeing you hopefully at the French Open and Wimbledon.
The UAAP Volleyball Tournament begins on February 15 with spectators anticipating an exciting season 82. Some changes are expected to make the season even more interesting. And joining us today are the UAAP's Volleyball Commissioner, the ever-reliable Miss Noreen Go, that's Madame Noreen Go, and the fashion icon and the UAAP's Executive Director, Attorney Rebo Saguisag. I'm just reading what's written on the prompter. Hello and welcome to The Score.
Hi, Miko. Love the introduction.
Wait,
by the way.
I was taken aback.
You know why he was taken aback? Because he's not wearing his suits, his colorful suits today.
He saved it for you.
Had he known that that was the intro, he would have dressed appropriately.
Exactly.
Okay, now what's appropriate is the excitement building up kasi ito na, malapit na mag-volleyball season ng UAAP. Big changes are going to happen, and one of the biggest changes would be, the way the matches have been scheduled. So maybe you can start, explaining why these changes were made, especially with the scheduling of the matches.
Yeah, we want to take also from the previous SEA Games, wherein obviously the men's had a lot of success, in how they played, and we saw the following, the appreciation. We wanted to, nudge it a bit more, push it a bit more. So the season 82, the first game will be men's at 9, so it's not 8, at 9, and then followed by the women's at 10:30, and then men's and women. So, you get to watch men's and women's. That's a huge change because for a lot of the fans, they're so used to men's in the morning.
Women's in the afternoon.
Yeah, but because we want also, to enjoy the sport of volleyball, may it be men's or women's, that's how we made the schedule.
Right. Madam Noreen, what is your expectation? How will fans respond to this new format?
Well, I think, it's a welcome change for the fans because you get to enjoy both sports, and you can see also the men's game. So for you to witness it mismo in the UAAP, then, you're going to enjoy more volleyball, you're going to learn more, and hopefully a lot of following, a lot of future athletes will come after watching all these tournaments.
Councilor Rebo, what could be the effect of this kind of format, of this kind of scheduling to, let's say, the growth of volleyball?
Well, I think like Noreen said, kasi you're used to seeing it played by one gender, if I may, And now, parang you see it played differently, and people actually appreciate it. Just a backstory, when it was floated on the board initially, parang may konting resistance. But then again, ironically, nung Christmas party ng UAP, we actually found ourselves tuned in to the men's finals game. So bakit hindi? Why not? So it will be an interesting thing. In the long run, we believe that it will be not only good for men's volleyball, but good for the sport as a whole.
Okay, so just to establish a timeline, there is a direct correlation between what our men's team did in the SEA Games with the inspiration to, introduce this innovation in the schedule.
I'll be 100% honest, yes. In fact, maybe it has 99% had to do with it, na talagang nagising yung na pwede pa lang ng men's volleyball, and iba rin pala yung larong lalaki, So maybe it's time we have a story to latch on to, and let's ride the momentum. Let's see where it brings us,
Yeah, doesn't this mean that there will be even more athletes and more players that can inspire fans, and it doesn't matter if you're a female player or a male player, basta you're a volleyball player.
That's right.
And you're given, this kind of additional exposure because nga nilipat yung men's game sa hapon, some of it. Doesn't that mean na basta dami pa yung pwedeng i-idolize nung young fans?
For sure. For sure. I mean, we saw it in the SEA Games. Parang it was always the women's, people are so excited about watching the women's. And then the men just showed a different, a class of their own. So by opening the gateway for all these future athletes, so they can watch the men's and women's as well, I think it will also promote the sport, to go back to the future athletes. They will idolize, they will want to play someday.
Yeah.
And, it opens the ground for our national team in the future.
Yeah. Just if I may add, kasi parang what I learned also with this generation, parang they need to have an audience. So the fact na mati-TV kami, I mean, of course, we want it na dapat love for the sport. But sometimes part of it, yung having an audience. Like, you have all these social media platforms, pero kung mati-TV ka pa, ibang usapan pa yan. So it's more motivation, again, regardless of gender now, na there's exposure for the sport.
Yeah, but of course, the men's games have always been televised, pero yung ililipat mo ng hapon.
Yes.
And then it's like yung audience for the women's last game.
Yeah.
Some of them will be early and will be exposed to the men's game, and this kind of innovation can lead to bigger things. Venue is also something that's medyo may innovation din dito in a sense. What would that be, Madam?
Okay, well, again, taking from the SEA Games, we saw a lot of renovations and a lot of venues. No? So this season, opening weekend will be in Mall of Asia Arena, but majority of the matches will be at Phil Sports Arena. Yeah.
Why Phil Sports?
Why?
Well, I watched there, no? Tapos, again, I think the capacity is 8,000. Parang it's an ideal venue for tsaka bago eh.
Yeah,
Bago and it's clean and it's historic also. Ultra pa yun nung time nyo. And babasa ko lang.
Time nyo?
Time nyo.
Time natin. Yeah.
Okay, so everything, maraming connection, no, to the, all that emotional experience that we had in the SEA Games. Nagkaroon siya ng effect to, how we'll conduct the tournament sa UAP.
Yeah, I think that's why we like hosting, and we learn from the past kasi, diba? We use it as a benchmark to move forward in what we do. And of course, to be better always, for improvement. And if, this is the way, like we saw the venue, hey, we can accommodate more fans. It's cleaner, it's newer, the aircon's colder.
Yeah.
No, these are the honest opinions. Why not? If we can always make it an experience for the fans.
For the fans,
an enjoyable experience, then we're all for it.
Yeah. Also, if I may add, pala, from the point of view of the schools also, yung mga cheerleaders mo, yung drummers mo, the board members, parang you don't have to go in the morning and come back in the afternoon. So sila rin, you get to watch both games.
That's right. Yeah, from an operational perspective of the schools.
Yes. They just say, okay pala to.
At least kasi is tuhog na eh.
Tuhog na.
Double header. Regarding the tickets, it's one ticket per game day.
Yeah.
Per game day.
So one ticket na, ano na yun? One to sawa na. Start watching in the morning and then you can stay all the way till the last game, the match of the day.
One ticket, 4 games.
Yeah.
One ticket, 4 games.
I think the rationale behind that is really, you understand the fans, the perspective of the fans, and what they like to enjoy. So they want to enjoy great volleyball without, having to worry about how am I going to get tickets for the next game? I'm already here.
Yeah.
It's more, it's to add also the value for money aspect.
Yeah.
You get 1 ticket, you get 4 games. So again, it's also for a lot for the fans as well.
Yeah.
So it's for the fans and it's for the growth of the sport in the Philippines. We cannot wait for the start of UAAP Season 82 Volleyball. So thank you to our UAAP Volleyball Commissioner, Madam Noreen, and our UAAP Executive Director, Councilor Rebo Saguisag. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mika. Thank you so much.
After the break, we'll get to know our all-decade men's volleyball first 6. Who are the best of the best in the men's division? Let's find out when the score returns.